Hey everyone, this is Ferro and with this video see all the points you need or can do to open the door for room 46 and to get the inheritance trophy. Consider that some of these points are suggestions and there are several ways to do this, and some parts that you unlock will be permanently unlocked, so you can do most of these steps in separate days. You don't need to do it all at once. The first point that we will look at is to draft the utility closet. Once you get inside, open the breaker box door and make sure to turn on the garage button so you can activate the gate of the garage. Once that's done, in the same run, draft the garage room. Remember that it can only be drafted on the west part of the mansion. Once you get in, turn to the button with the green light and press it to open the gate so you can get outside. Now that you are outside again from the garage, go left on the west path and permanently open the west gate. With these you can also draft outer rooms from the shed on the other side, but we will look into that in a second. At any point during our gameplay, draft the chapel and check the angels numbered on the glass windows. They always have the same order from 1 to 7, and you will need to know this sequence later on. Number 1 is the gardener with the hoe. Number 2 is the cook with the oven peel. Number 3 is the farmer with the rake. Number 4 is the cleaner with the dust brush. Number 5 is the maid with the broom. Number 6 is the jockey with the horse whip. And number 7 is the queen with the scepter. When available as an outer room, draft the tomb and go downstairs. There you'll find statues representing the angels that we just checked in the chapel, and you can interact with the tool of each one to activate a secret door. Go for each statue by the same order as we saw before, and once you activate the queen, a door will open next to you. Keep following to the next room and a new statue of a skeleton with a scythe will be there. Interact with it once more to open a second door. By passing this second door, immediately turn left and you'll see a minecart. This is blocking your path for a later puzzle, so make sure you pull it all the way to the back. All this underground area is connected to the mechanism to open the door of room 46, and there are several ways to get there, normally by getting a basement key that we'll see later on. But you can also get here without that key. If you draft the pump room by drafting the pool room first, you can use the pumps to lower the water level of the reservoir by one level only. This way, and if you have the tomb as your outer room, you can enter the little boat and cross the reservoir to the other side and solve the rotating gear puzzle without the need of a basement key. This is the first option to get to the door 46 lever, and we'll see two other methods after. During your drafting, you'll eventually find the foundation room. This is a permanent room, so draft it on a strategic slot of the mansion. This will give you access to one of the two basement doors that the game has. The foundation has 3 doors and a lift that is connected to the wall without a door. To activate the lift, you must draft another room side to side with the foundation, with the door positioned exactly behind the location of the lift. Once you enter this room, you'll see a lever to activate the lift. And you only need to do this one time. The lift stays activated for the rest of the days. The antechamber room has 4 locked doors. Spoiler alert, the door facing north is the one for room 46, and then you can enter this room either by the sides or by the south door. There are several ways to open these doors, and there are also secret entrances that need a special tool to get in to find opening levers, but we'll focus only on the 3 more practical ways to open these 3 doors. Remember that you only need to open one antechamber door to get inside it, but you need to draft rooms to connect to that door. To open the south door, you must draft the greenhouse room. Once you get in, you can see the mechanism on your left, but there is no lever. The broken lever is an item that you can randomly find in different rooms. If you find this lever, return to the greenhouse or draft it if you didn't yet. Apply the lever and activate it to open the door. Remember also that the greenhouse can only be drafted on the east side of the mansion. Now, to open the west door, you need to find the secret garden, and for that you need the secret garden key. This method is the easiest one to get inside the antechamber. You can normally find the key by solving the dartboard puzzle or also inside the music room. For sure there are more places where you can find it, but these are the most common ones. You can only unlock the secret garden on the east or west sides of the mansion, and to open it you need a locked door. Once you are prompted to open the door with the key, select the special keys option, use the secret garden key and get inside. On the other side of the garden you have a fountain and 2 valves on each side. You must rotate the valves so the arrows on top of the fountain point forward to the wall. Once all the 3 arrows are pointing to that direction, the lever for the west door will be revealed. For the east door you need to draft the Great Hall. Inside here all 7 doors are locked. A quick tip if you don't have enough keys is for you to draft the foyer room. This orange hallway will unlock all hallway doors in the mansion. Inside the Great Hall you must find the lever. Normally it's located on the 3rd row of doors at the end of the room, either from the left door or from the right door. Now you just need to connect all rooms to the antechamber, get inside, and the basement key will appear. You can use this to open one of the basement doors, and remember that once you open the door, it permanently stays unlocked. The first one I'll mention is the fountain basement door. You find the fountain in front of the mansion by exiting the entrance hall. Once again, you need to draft the pump room to fully empty the fountain, but you also need to lower the reservoir by one level so you can cross it by boat. The pump room by itself doesn't have enough tank capacity to hold all this water, so you need to connect the boiler room to the pump room to activate the third tank and store the rest of the water there. Personally, I believe this is too complicated. I haven't been able to do this yet because I never got a chance to connect both rooms, but if it happens to you that you make this connection, take this point as an extra step. The other basement door, and most likely the one that the majority of players take, is under the foundation. Take the lift down, find the door in front of you, and you can use the key to permanently open this door so you can access it again in the future. Once you get inside the basement, you find several boxes and craters. You also have cards that you can interact with to pull and push them around. There is a button that you need to activate to open the secret door so you can access the reservoir and the rotating gear puzzle from this side. I'll not explain what you need to do to solve this part, I'll just let the video roll so you can check if you get stuck in some part. After opening the door, you can access this giant gear. This is another puzzle that you need to solve. If you pushed the minecart before from the tomb, you'll have no problems. Once again, I'll just let the video roll so you can see what you need to do. I did this puzzle before, so one part is already permanently unlocked, but the solution follows the same way. In the future, you don't need to do all this again, it will be much easier and quicker. Finally, by accessing the main tunnel, you will enter a room with 8 doors and a lever in the middle. You can see that the lever opens the north door on the antechamber. Activate it and trace your steps all the way back to the antechamber. There you can finally access the room 46. After completing the game, checking the ending cutscene and letting the credits roll, start a new day and you'll find the inheritance trophy on top of the table in the middle of the entrance hall for you to grab. And as always, if this video helped you to get this trophy, give a like, comment and subscribe. See ya!